It's coffee break! Okay, big question. It's a later episode. Sorry, I got sick. You can probably hear it in me.
Yeah.
I can't breathe through my nose.
It's sweeping through the world.
Nation. Yep.
I'm just waiting for when it hits me. And
Yeah.
I know it's going to be in the middle of Magical Girl May, too.
Well, telltale sign. For me, it started with my nasal cavity. Mm-hmm. For 2 days, it harassed me, and then finally, on my day off, halfway through it, we were watching Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And it just hit me like a brick.
The thing is, every time it works with the two of us, you'll be sick for like a whole ass week. And I'll, like, be in proximity with you, you know? Mm-hmm. I'll kiss you. We'll be right next to each other all the time.
She doesn't kiss me. That's a lie.
I kiss you all the time.
She doesn't.
I do.
She blows kisses at me from upstairs. And she goes, good luck with your day, loser.
I do blow kisses at you a lot. But, like, we'll be within proximity of each other. And I won't get sick until you recover. Like, we're never simultaneously sick. It always, like... We just miss each other in the window of sickness.
Yep.
So once you're done, then I'll start panicking.
Yep. Now, because I've been sick, I know I'm behind on One Piece. Don't worry. I'm aware. I didn't want to record with how groggy and nasty I was.
Yeah, it can be really hard.
Yeah, I also just don't think you would enjoy listening to a guy going...
Yeah, so it's like when you can hear it. I just have like a kind of naturally nasally voice, and sometimes when I'm listening to my audio, I'm like, ugh.
We all feel that way.
Get out of your throat. Use your lungs.
Yeah, so don't worry. One Piece will come back hopefully this Saturday.
Yeah.
It'll be either 2 episodes or just a longer episode. I don't know, but for sure it's coming back. Don't worry.
I know you were just really jonesing to get back to
I actually really am. I'm really excited. I'm going to switch up who I'm playing with. Someone left a comment, and I totally agree, and I want to see what the others are about.
Heck, yes.
And we did a little One Piece watching this week, and I was kind of highly inspired by it.
Yeah!
So, stick for that later on.
Well, that's our tease for this. Every podcast we'll do a new thing where we just tease, like we're going to get to something cool at the end. Just you wait.
Yeah, that's kind of just how I figured it would work out. But first things first. If you're part of the YouTube community, you know about this. If you're not, do you want to explain this to them?
So, okay. The big news for me within the last week was Watcher. Everything going down with the YouTube channel Watcher, who you all might know from their YouTube channel, also more than likely recognize from their past life as BuzzFeed's Unsolved.
Yep, and worth it.
Worth it, yes. Shane, Ryan, and Steven, who moved on 3 years ago, I think it's been?
During the lockdown.
Yeah.
This is when they decided to build Watcher.
So around 3 to 4-ish years, depending on what time of the year it was.
Yeah.
So they moved on, they made their own channel, Watcher, and we all had very high hopes. You know, Puppet History is probably their biggest thing they do.
Yep.
They have this thing called Ghost Files. Very similar to what they were doing before.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes. Now it's called Mystery Files.
Yeah, whatever.
Stephen Lim cooks things. But it's two expensive things, and he's not a very good cook. That's what most of his shows boil down to.
Yeah.
So they had their whole hubbub this week of deciding they were building this up for a couple of days.
So they did this on Friday.
Mm-hmm. The big announcement was that they're leaving YouTube and they're going to make their own streaming service.
Yes.
Which also, there's no app version. It's like you couldn't get it on your Roku. There's no phone variant or anything.
Nice.
It would only work on your desktop.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, and what they were going to do is they were going to hide all of their future content. You would get the first episode of a new season of their shows, but the rest of them would be hidden behind a paywall of $5.99 a month. Because $6. Everyone was rounding up to $6. Or $60 for the whole year.
Yep.
And they thought that was a good idea, and the internet collectively yelled, no.
Yeah. The negative pourback was outstanding. Mm-hmm. You were watching it more than me. them just losing subscribers.
I was, because I was fascinated with them, with the art of losing subscribers. Because whenever I hear about people losing subscribers, it's always too late. Like, I always hear about it retroactively. Mm-hmm. This time, I could, like, watch as they went from 3 million to 2.9 to 2.8. And they've been sitting at 2.8-ish million, which, yeah, 2 million subscribers is a lot, but still, they lost 1 million-ish subscribers.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of numbers. Mm-hmm. After all that, I was like, they have to double back. They have to. And we hit the weekend, and I said watch. On Monday, they'll drop a video and apologize.
I think they're... And they did.
They did.
They've stepped back. They're still doing the streaming service thing because apparently they're wasting all their money on things no one cares about.
Yes. Yes.
And including this streaming service no one wants. Well, they've changed their system. Now it'll be, after a month, it'll go to YouTube, which is a better idea from the very beginning.
Yes, it was.
I don't know why they decided to jump into the deep end with a streaming service.
One of my biggest problems with all of this, right? Because you guys already have the gist of it. Mm-hmm. Watcher is not big enough to launch its own streaming platform. And then I'm going to get into streaming later about some of the ridiculousness of costs that it takes, especially for these major corporations. I'm talking about the big 6, big 5 now. Yeah,
I remember when there was a time where it was the 7, and they've all just gotten gobbled up by each other. It's like an intense game of Pac-Man.
Well, yeah, and it's still happening. Streaming costs are just ridiculous. So to be at 3 million people and think that, oh, I can make my own, that makes no sense. If somebody like Mr. Beast...
Even then...
He could. But he really could.
But he hasn't, because he knows he wouldn't make money off of it.
He also has decided to make a deal with Amazon. Mm-hmm. So he, in a weird way, kind of worked with Amazon instead of making his own thing. It's such a stupid idea.
And like, a lot of people compared it to Dropout, which you don't watch Dropout things. I've watched them mostly for their Dungeons and Dragons content. Mm-hmm. But they have a similar thing where it's like, they have tons of shows. There's a new thing on their app every weekday.
Nice.
You know, there's there's like tens upon tens of people who are like faces, you know. Where with Watcher, it's just the 3 guys. And really, people only care about 2 of them.
Yeah.
And also, they were talking about using a lot of money for production value, and yet the majority of their shows is just 2 dudes sitting in a room talking to each other.
Yep.
Like, so many of their shows is just that. It's like, what production... What could... You're already getting $50,000 from your Patreon, based off of the statistics people have figured out. You know? Mm-hmm. At least, it's $50,000, maybe up to $100,000.
A month or a year?
A month.
Oh my god.
And it's like, where's that money going? And you need more?
I heard arguments about maybe not live in Los Angeles doing this. Mm-hmm. Which is a great and valid point. We don't live in LA.
Yeah.
If we made that kind of money, we would live in a house. It would be nice.
Yeah.
We'd be all set up.
It's all...
Yeah, and the cost of living for everyone is going up.
Yeah, the biggest thing was the condescension.
Yes.
Because Steven, in the announcement video, was like, everyone can afford $6. It's like, no, they can't.
Yeah.
The economy's worse now than ever before.
But that's been his personality.
Yeah, he's also like a trust fund baby.
Yeah.
Who people have found out because, and I think their biggest mistake was waiting throughout the entirety of the weekend, because it just made people like build up more and more and more. They should have acted immediately on this. They should have done something like the day after, or day of, if they could have.
I would think like a mental sabbatical would have helped them.
Maybe, but in that sabbatical's time, people were looking through Watcher's other things, because everyone was like, this smells like Stephen Lim's idea.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. He's been missing that entire time. I asked you. I was like, where is Stephen?
You know, he made Worth It. That's his whole thing.
Yep.
We need your money because we want higher production value. So I can do Worth It, where I can fly to exotic countries and eat golden-crusted Wagyu beef caviar.
Yep. You know, as a YouTuber usually does.
So remember, they used to have a podcast. We watched it a little bit.
Yeah, they had 2 different ones.
Where their whole gist was they would give random advice, you know?
Oh, okay, the 3rd one, yeah.
Yeah. They stopped doing that podcast a while back. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Stephen Lim, on the podcast, said, yeah, I have some friends who are racist and homophobic, but I like them for who they are. And I hope I can maybe help teach them the errors of their ways. And everyone's like, no. 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 And after that, the podcast, they deleted that episode, but it was too late.
So that would explain why I never heard it.
And then they stopped doing the podcast entirely. So, yeah.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, go ahead. Tell us what you think about Watcher. It's going to be pretty clear. They're definitely in the wrong. Mm-hmm. Are they ahead of time with the idea of making their own streaming platform? Perhaps. But the thing is, they're not big enough to do it.
I was like, if maybe they combined with Good Mythical Morning and Try Guys and Smosh, between the 4 of those conglomerates, you could potentially have enough to make a streaming service. But at that point, it's just YouTube. But now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the other thing. It's a painfully unpopular decision. People don't want to pay for more streaming services.
Especially when you don't have to pay for YouTube.
And also there's so many things you can do. Like Patreon, all those other people I mentioned have Patreons, except for maybe Good Mythical Morning, I think. And Watcher had a Patreon, they just never mentioned it. A lot of people were going into this being like, oh, well, Watcher should have just gotten a Patreon if they needed more money. And people had to be, they do.
Damn.
There's also memberships and premium. There's things you can do, and they just didn't. But also, Watcher has always been a little meh. I'm still salty about them being like, we're gonna do Ghost Files, and it's October of this year. Ghost Files.
Yeah, they pushed it back to April.
Yeah, and I was like, I guess we're not getting Ghost Files.
So speaking of streaming platforms, Peacock is apparently very serious about a reboot of The Office.
I've heard murmurings about this.
Well, these murmurs are not really murmurs.
It's happening?
They've already casted 2 people, a male and a female. I don't know the female, but the male is General Hux from Star Wars episode.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Wait. What?
Yes.
Isn't that one of the Weasleys?
No. Is he a Weasley?
Yeah.
I thought he was, he's the son of Mad-Eye.
That's...
his actual dad played Mad-Eye Moody.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's a Weasley. It's one of the ones, it's one of the not popular ones, like Charlie or the one that married Fleur or whatever. I don't remember their names.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, that's weird, but yeah, they're really moving forward with this, and I'm like, I don't want this.
Yeah, I don't either. Also, he's British, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. There's some issues here. And I'm like, wait,
Don't.
Yeah, don't do this.
We've just learned more now than ever that if it's really, really big and popular, don't touch it. One Piece was an exception. One Piece was the one time that it was really good to do an adaptation of. But even then...
Okay, yeah, Avatar. Mm-hmm. It's not fair to compare the live-action One Piece to the recent live-action Avatar.
Yes.
Because, I've said this before, the source material is quite different.
Yeah. I
would say One Piece is quite rich. Mm-hmm. And that's not a pun in there. But the live action of Avatar, I really appreciate it. I actually do. It's like, wow, finally, we were able to get past that M. Night Shyamalan bullshit.
True.
We finally did it. We broke through it.
It was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. It's a punch up, and I appreciate it.
But it wasn't as good as the animation. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they made some weird choices in there.
With One Piece, I can understand, cutting out the filler, which is the main draw with One Piece, is because there's lots of filler with the anime. Mm-hmm.
Well, all animes have filler.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Demon Slayer.
It's very much in the style of shonen.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer a lot.
Oh my god. We'll get into that. We will get into that.
But
I'm sick of it.
But and you could say Avatar has elements of filler in it. We don't need the Great Divide. But for the most part, it's a very tightly woven story where the nature of shonen was to stretch it out as long as you could, so then you could keep having new chapters in the magazine.
Yes.
So you had a consistent job.
Yep.
So that's why things get dragged out and things like that. It's part of the industry. So I can understand having a live-action adaptation can help condense things, where with American-made media, we don't usually have that, like, stretched-out element. Long story short, I don't see how a new Office can do anything better than what The Office did already.
I think they're just trying to live off the nostalgia of it. Which is like, we can just rewatch it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've seen it 4 times.
People often just rewatch it. I still get clips on, like, TikTok and stuff of people just talking about The Office.
It's a funny show. It was great for its time. And let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane announced Orville Season 4.
What?
Yeah.
What? No. Really?
Yep.
Oh.
He also was openly talking about a Family Guy movie, and he said he's known what the movie will be about for like 11 years now.
Since the Simpsons movie came out?
Basically. And he's like, but we're going to actually start working towards that.
Wow.
So there's some big development with Seth.
Nice.
Which I'm kind of bummed, because I was like, what about Ted? You did really good with Ted. I really appreciated Ted.
Well, just finish it. He did really good, but now he wants to... He's definitely the kind of guy who's like, do one project at a time. Don't let your ADHD distract you.
maybe let the kid grow up and then you could do the college years.
Maybe...
But I thought that show was fun.
How many other writers worked on it? It wasn't just him, right?
No, he usually has his whole team that usually does his animation.
Yeah. So maybe just like let go of the reins, let them kind of figure some things out.
I'm sure they can.
While he does his other stuff. That worked pretty well with Family Guy. He doesn't work on Family Guy anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He's done. He wants it to be over.
No, because he's making a movie.
I mean, I guess.
So, we love you, Seth.
More Orville is awesome.
It is.
We'll have to watch the 3rd season.
Yeah, New Horizons.
We didn't... Did we watch any of it? Did we start it?
I think we tried, and then you were like, nah, and I was like, fine, whatever.
It was tough because I knew it was the end, and I wasn't ready.
But it's not.
But it's not, apparently.
So Tom Cruise. Tom.
Mr.
We love you.
Cruise.
You're so cute and attractive.
It's true. Except for the whole, like, Scientology thing.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up. You did. So his next movie was supposed to be in space.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that one.
Maybe it's really hard to film in space.
Yeah. Do you think?
Yes.
You have to launch him into space and then film.
And
with a camera crew.
All the crew.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what that can do. And we might be learning new things like, hey, microphones just don't work in space.
Yeah, no one can hear you when you scream in space, right? Yeah. So, rumor has it that his next project after the upcoming final Mission Impossible.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, this is the last one.
Wow.
What was it? Dead Reckoning Part 2, no longer called Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
He's going to remake a 70s classic of Clint Eastwood called The Gauntlet, which is about a cop who realizes the cops are crooked, so he turns against them and fights them.
A classic.
The movie itself kind of has a weird spot in my heart because the final showdown was filmed in downtown Phoenix.
Oh.
Where he has a tank and he's shooting at the FBI building.
Okay.
But yeah, no, if you go downtown Phoenix and you actually look at the FBI building, it looks the same.
I bet.
So it's fun. I love Clint Eastwood. It's kind of interesting to think that Tom could be our Clint Eastwood in a weird way.
He's something for sure.
Yeah, because they're both action guys. They're manly men. I
guess just like the genre is just a bit different.
Well, time has changed.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can see that. You know? Can't wait for him to start doing his really weird... I was going to say I can't wait for him to start doing his really weird things since he gets old. But he is old. He just looks young for his age.
Well, he takes care of himself.
That's the Scientology. That's flying spaghetti monster will keep you young forever.
It's not okay. You're gonna piss them off, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't know how many people have seen The Gauntlet. It's been 50 years.
I haven't.
Yeah, I know it only because I grew up watching Clint Eastwood films. Mm-hmm. Mostly because of the westerns.
It was a lot of the westerns. My dad was the one that got the like double cased like 10 movie CD like DVD pack for his birthday or Christmas or something, and it was all of them, all the classics.
Yeah, I started to get those for my dad on Blu-ray, and we'd sit down and watch them. And I had just graduated high school, and I was starting to get really into film because of high school.
Yep.
And yeah, just seeing the old spaghetti westerns, and then after the spaghetti westerns with him directing, High Plains Drifter.
Yep.
Unforgiven.
Yep. My favorite was
Two Mules.
My favorite was Two Mules.
Yep.
I liked that one. It was fun.
So yeah, Clint Eastwood always lives in my heart as like this really cool guy. I know he later did Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Gran Torino.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Oof.
Yeah. He got old.
Yeah,
Things happened.
And things haven't been good since, but... Okay, you guys can't see it, but I'm wearing a Captain America shirt because I want to talk about Cap.
Oh, what? Why?
Why? Because McDonald's ruined some things for this new movie, Captain America 4 Brave New World. Mm-hmm. The toys, you can get Falcon, new Falcon.
Yep.
You can get Falcon without the wings.
Yes.
You can get Cap with wings. You can get Cap without wings.
Yep.
You can get this new character, new character to the MCU. I don't know much about this character. I didn't bother. Their name is Diamondback.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can get Red Hulk. There's your spoiler. And you can get Shield.
They look like...
Just the Shield.
Yeah, just the Shield.
And then the best toy next to Shield. Oh my god. His little flying robot drone thing.
That's the thing with McDonald's. They all look like Funko Pops, too.
Yeah.
That's the thing with McDonald's. They'll have like 10 toys. 9 of them are like dope. And then there's that one crap one, and that was always the one you got.
Dude, if I got the Shield, it's going on my keychain.
Like, I remember one time there was Hello Kitty toys in McDonald's, and my sister got this like a whole like doll of Hello Kitty. Like, it's just her. It's just Hello Kitty. You know what I got? A toaster.
Nice.
With Hello Kitty's face printed on the toast. Barely Hello Kitty themed. Yep. I was livid.
So we all kind of suspected that Red Hulk would be showing up in this movie, but I'm kind of really bummed that they revealed the spoiler a year out.
Well, they gotta start. That's the thing. Like, you gotta make the toys soon because you gotta make them ready before they launch.
Yeah. I'm still bummed. It'll be fun to watch, though. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to see the Red Hulk. It's time for Thaddeus.
It's gonna be
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I was gonna call him Henry Ford. I'm like, I know that's wrong.
I can't remember who played him originally, but yeah, he passed away recently.
He did, and he was really good at it too, which was a shame. But I think if anyone could do it, Harrison could live up to it.
Yeah, finally break out of that Han Solo, Indiana Jones bullshit.
Yeah, because it do anything else.
Oh, Blade Runner also.
It's just all movies. He has no interest in sci-fi whatsoever. He does not care.
He's doing another one.
He hates them. He does not care about sci-fi.
Deadpool and Wolverine's new trailer came out.
Yes.
It's just Wolverine and Deadpool.
It looks amazing.
I saw a weird clip today of the two of them. It was clearly just the two of them walking in a field. And they're dressed up as their characters. And Ryan Reynolds is like kind of really flimsy and talking to Hugh Jackman. And then he like tries to push Hugh and he's just like, knock it off. And then he like tries to jump on his back and then Hugh just pushes him off. And then Ryan just kind of runs up the like run next to him. And I was like, that's kind of cute.
That is cute. It's funny because there is an age difference between them. But they're also best friends.
Yeah. I just thought it was cute that he tried to get on his back, and he's like, "Get off of me."
It's gonna be a lot of fun. This is the dynamic I wanted from him and Cable, but it was very limited in Deadpool 2.
Yep.
Up at the very end. The whole movie is gonna be this.
Yep.
And I can't wait. Also, both of those men are beautiful.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's looking old.
Yeah.
But hey, if
aged like a fine wine.
after Logan, I felt really done with Wolverine. I didn't have to ever see him again.
No, and I died inside when
I did
watched
too.
Logan.
And now I'm like, you know what? I could do it one more time.
I was thinking about that the other day. About Logan. About how much it just, like, wrecked a part of my heart.
It's a sad movie, dude.
Oh, God. We tried watching it a second time, and we made it, like, 70% in, and I just couldn't. It was just too much on my poor little heart.
Yeah, this one, the director, Lev, he said that this will have the most intense action scenes since Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Cool.
Which is considered a great film. Just wanted you to know that.
Is that the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't like that one.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you have.
I have. You're right.
Oh my
I always
God.
forget. It's specifically the car chase. It's fine.
It's great.
I don't like espionage stories, is the problem.
It's amazing.
I think they're often boring.
Dude, look, if you need to sneak into a building, wear an all-black cap and put it over your eyes.
It's
no one
true.
will notice you.
That's actually true. like people have done that. Like, because that happened in, like, Civil War, where people were looking for Bucky. Where is Bucky? And he was, like, somewhere wearing just, like, a normal outfit, like, jacket and cap. And everyone was like, that's not hiding. People would notice you. And then people started showing screenshots of actual celebrities making their way through airports and stuff, just wearing, like, a low cap, and no one notices.
Yep. So yeah, I'm super excited. July.
It's gonna be good.
Be fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh, since I'm here, the rumors of Spider-Man 4. What did I call her? Silver Cat?
Yes. Is
I
that
was
not
wrong.
her name?
It's Black Cat.
Oh.
I went back. I mean, I even doubled down on some of your comments, and I was like, "No, you're wrong. This is it." And then I went back and I read the article, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm a buffoon."
Doesn't that suck?
Because I know they're two different characters, but for some reason my brain actually said that.
Damn.
But yeah, the rumors are for Black Cat.
That sucks. Oh well.
Yeah.
We're so close.
I know.
I've done that. Like in my, I did a video where it was the first and last lines from Ruby characters. I got a bunch of them wrong. But one of them was Clover. And I was like, I double-checked the scene like 3 times because I thought for sure I remembered him saying something. Didn't hear him saying anything. I was like, I guess there was no line here. And like a bunch of other people were like, I thought he said something. I was like, I double-checked and he didn't. I guess we're all wrong. And then I did a live stream, and I was going through all the volumes, and he totally did! And I was like, oh my god! He does say something!
Yep. Well, chalk it up to I'm only human. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I take full responsibility for the fault of this one. Okay, streaming. Sony is looking to buy Paramount.
Okay.
Okay? Paramount is $14 billion in debt due to Paramount Plus.
What? How? All these services were making their things to make money.
So right now they're looking to sell Paramount, the people who own Paramount, right? And the shareholders want to work with Skydance.
Okay.
Skydance is an independent production, but they're looking to consume Paramount. They also helped Paramount make Top Gun and Mission Impossible.
If you've seen movies, you've seen Skydance's logo.
They're going to start making video games, Stan.
Yeah.
They're making TV shows. But yeah, they're growing and they're looking to consume this, right? And the shareholders are like, no, we want to work with Skydance on this one. Well, Sony and this other trade group called Apollo.
Okay.
It's just a group of very wealthy people.
Sure.
Are looking to stop Skydance and buy Paramount themselves. And they're willing to take in that $14 billion debt.
See, that's a toughie.
I might be wrong here with the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's around $36 billion is what Skydance offered Paramount.
Okay.
$36 billion?
That's a lot.
Dude, it's insane. So what's happening? We don't know. They're talking.
Paramount has some big, like,
Yeah,
shows behind it.
So Sony really is looking at the streaming platform. They don't have a streaming platform. Mm-hmm. And they're also looking at Nickelodeon.
Yes. They have a lot of... Nickelodeon's on the rise after that documentary came out.
Not only that, because it's a kids network.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can push a bunch of kids stuff because they got Spider-Man.
They also got... Paramount has, like, Star Trek.
Yep.
Huge.
And so, like I said, they're talking about it right now, but this is very reminiscent of when Fox was going under, and it was between Comcast and Disney.
Yeah.
Comcast eventually dropped out, and they've left Warner Brothers to merge with Discovery, and Disney consumed Fox.
I could see pros and cons for either of these scenarios.
Yeah, but after I learned what happened with Disney and lived through it, it's just a shit show.
The thing is, I feel like I feel inclined towards Skydance because they have more of like a creatively driven mindset, but also they might not have the funds to really sustain it. Where Sony would definitely have the funds, but is more corporate, you know.
A weird fun fact tie-in: the creator of Skydance, or one of the founders of it, is Robert Redford.
Really?
Who played the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Winter Soldier.
What? And it all comes full circle.
Yep. Like a shield.
My shields are all shaped like weird diamond patterns. Classic medieval shields.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lame shields.
No, they're not lame just because they're made of wood and are flammable.
So the really fun thing with Sony going on right now is they recently patented something called autoplay. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of this?
No, I thought that was a thing we had.
This is awesome. It's going to use AI to play your video games for the moments of grinding.
That's lame.
So you can be away from keyboard, AFK, right? And then let the AI just grind for you, and then you can come back.
I think that's lame.
It's for the more tedious moments. It's also to allow players to enjoy the game more.
Okay.
On the more difficult parts.
I definitely think there is an argument to be had about grinding in video games. Like, I've played plenty of RPGs. Nothing's more drab than running around in a little circle looking for the Metal King slimes to kill because you need to be at least level like 47 to unlock the spell that'll actually do any amount of damage to the final boss. We've all been there. I've done that. But the fun of video games is trying to find a way to make that still... And I think that is a flaw in video games.
Yes, it definitely is.
But also, I think it's on the developers to come up with interesting ways to either make grinding fun or balance the gameplay so you don't have to grind.
Well, you talk of logic.
Yes.
And it's great.
But I am an elf.
you know the world we live in?
Yeah.
It's not going well. So logic is not going to work here.
Dang.
I
think Pokemon has done a very good job with
the XP share.
XP share helps a ton.
I noticed a lot of RPGs use XP share. One Piece Odyssey uses it.
When XP share first hit, a bunch of people hated it. They're like, it's too easy now. And then suddenly, no one was complaining when you didn't have to sit there and run in a circle outside of the Elite Four. Fight Sharon once a day. We've all done that. Grinding is not fun.
It's not. But, God, it's part of playing the game and learning about it.
The biggest thing is with AI. So that can be a thing.
It is a thing.
I guess. But also, it just sounds like you're taking the fun part out of the game.
Yeah, you're taking the interaction out.
Yeah, you just want... Because also, the fun part of the random element... Because when you're sitting there, grinding... When I was sitting there doing loops trying to find King Metal Slimes, you know what I also did? Went on a wacky side quest to an area I never explored before. Because if you're going to be stuck there in this location, might as well check out what's around. That's the thing of making those maps so huge, is when your character has to grind their levels, there's still things for you to find.
Don't forget, everyone has ADHD these days.
Just suck it up. I also have it. I still did all the grinding.
Nice. It's Box Office Trolls.
Box Office Trolls. What happened this week?
Okay, Civil War still doing great.
What? Oh, yeah.
That's an A24 film.
I keep
about
thinking
journalism.
Captain America Civil War every time.
Yeah, okay.
Good for them.
Abigail, a new horror film.
Mm.
Number 2. Number 3, Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, this one.
God, 2 handsome studs.
Yes. It is a pretty casted film.
I saw a little interview that was cut in between the two of them talking, which it stars Henry Cavill and Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, best known.
Rickman? Yes. Richardson? He's, what's the character's name?
Reacher. And then Cavill, you should know as Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a fun little comedic thing where Alan was saying like how great Henry was, and Henry was talking about how terrible Alan was. And then at the end, Henry was like, "No, he's actually a really cool guy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's so cute."
This movie confuses me though, because it just kind of looks like Inglourious Bastards, but again.
It looks like the man from Uncle.
Okay.
I don't think you watched that one.
No.
It was also Henry Cavill, but he plays with Armie Hammer.
Okay.
Actual living cannibal Armie Hammer. And there's this dumb joke because Armie Hammer's what, like 6'7", 6'9", or something like that.
Huge.
And Cavill's like 6'5". Mm-hmm. And he calls Cavill like short, and he's like, "What are you, 5'10"?" And I remember my dad being like, "Is he really 5'10"? I was like, "No, dude, he's like fucking 6'5".
He's like 6 everything.
Yeah, it's because Arnie is gigantic.
That's a giant talking to a megalithe.
Yeah.
The camera can make you any size. So last week we talked about Fallout. The main girl, Lucy. There's Lucy. She is an average-sized woman. But then she's also in Yellow Jackets. And with just a trick of the camera and framing, suddenly she looks like a short, tiny little high school teen.
Yep.
And it's the same woman. She's still the same size.
Yeah. Next is Spy X Family Code White.
Good for them.
The 6 is Kung Fu Panda 4. 7 is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'm telling you, they're not going to make their money back.
No.
Number 8 is Dune Part 2. Number 9, Monkey Man. And number 10, The First Omen.
Ooh, First Omen and Monkey Man already falling so far so quickly.
Monkey Man is going to do better when it hits streaming.
1 million. They should make it hit streaming as soon as possible.
Yes. Because we didn't see Mr. Nobody until it hit DVD.
Yeah.
And I don't want to waste money on a theater trip for that.
No.
But is the movie Mr. Nobody good? It's awesome.
It's amazing. It's got
RZA.
It's got RZA, which is amazing.
And Christopher Lloyd.
What an amazing combo. Bob Odenkirk. That's his name, right?
Yep, he's the main guy.
Bob Odenkirk, RZA, and Christopher Lloyd being badasses. It's
just killing bad guys.
Match made in heaven.
So, that was just that. I know Spider-Man 2 just got re-released.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man 2 is slaughtering it right now.
That's the one with Joel McHale in it.
Yep. They released the extended cut for theaters.
Wow.
So it has the extended train sequence.
Ooh.
And they just announced, Warner Brothers did, that the trilogy of Lord of the Rings will be re-released this June.
Oh, dip. Well, really?
Yes.
In select theaters or where? What? Everywhere?
I'm guessing because no one's showing anything, it's going to be everywhere.
I need to text my sisters. Allison is burningly jealous that me and my sister got to watch The Lord of the Rings in theaters, and she didn't.
I saw The Fellowship twice. I saw The Return of the King twice. And I saw The Two Towers once. But as a kid, I thought The Two Towers was the weakest installment. As an adult, none of them are weak.
As a kid, I think the Two Towers stuck with me the least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, certain scenes really stuck out, but on the movie as a whole,
yeah.
The third one was always the biggest one. But also the first one's amazing.
I don't know if they're going to be extended cuts, because that will really change my opinion.
Yes.
If it's a theatrical, I'm going to be like, nah, I'm out. I don't want to do that. Because I will sit there for 4 hours. I want to see the Two Towers again.
100%. And we could watch it right now.
We could.
But also... big screen.
I know.
Surround sound. Popcorn.
I want to see the Urukai riding up to Helm's Deep. Oh, some said we won't last the night.
Oh my god.
Beat me off, baby. Okay, so we watched some things. Ghosts on Paramount.
Yeah.
Had a new episode. It was a story-driven episode.
It was a really good one.
And the reason why I put it in here was because it had dark undertones to it.
It did. They don't usually do that.
Where you find out that one of the main characters committed suicide.
And she's been perpetuating this lie this whole time that she overdosed partying. Yeah. But actually, no, it was intentional.
And I was like, what a weird, dark moment to have.
This season's, in general, been weird.
Yeah.
Because Carol has been absent for like 2 or 3 episodes.
Thank God.
Well, yeah, like, I'm not in love with the Carol plotline, but also, like, they've treated her very weirdly. Like, she's kind of vanished. And I knew some ghosts were just gonna go away. Like, when we watched the first 2 seasons of the UK version, Headless Henry was much more of a character versus our version of Crash, which is also the headless character.
Yes.
But, like, you know, I kind of, like, a new person has joined the fray as a ghost. I expect it to be a bigger plotline, but it hasn't. Oh, I found out something. Fun fact. The caveman guy. Yeah. And the captain from the UK versions.
Are married.
They're the writers.
Oh, okay. In a way they are. I was just trying to jump the gun.
You were so close, but no.
No, it's a troupe that does that. A comedic troupe that does that.
Yes. They also did something called Horrid Histories. Yep. Which, when I made my video, I got like a ton of comments from British folk, I assume, being like, I love Horrid Histories. And I'm like, what are you saying? I don't know what is this?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Horrid Histories is like drunken history.
It is, but more kid-oriented, like teen comedy. Like, it's more palatable for, like, all audiences kind of thing.
Yeah, instead of someone just being blackout drunk.
Yes.
I don't know. Them just retelling stories. Messed up. My favorite one was the one about Edison and the person who, they were just clearly just lit, and they're just like, that demon-hearted fuck,
yes.
Edison.
Yes.
And I'll never look at Edison the same. I'll always be like, yeah, he is a demon-hearted fuck, isn't he?
He so is.
So yeah, I wanted to put Ghost in there because I wanted to talk about, like, that was just really weird for a comedy to be like, oh, there's a really dark thing lingering here.
Yeah. I mean, that's so more what the speed of the UK version is.
Yes.
So it's not surprising, but it is also surprising, because we've had some very light episodes for several weeks, if not months now.
Especially spending, like, at this point, 60 episodes with that character. Mm-hmm. And then they reveal that, and you're like, whoa, that was kind of weird.
I think we're wrapping up this season soon.
I think so, too.
I think we're going to quickly... I hope they mentioned a Puritan woman who got lost in the dirt. Yep. Which I found fascinating. I like when they expand... Like, I'm right there with Jay, the character. I like it when there's new ghost lore to learn. Mm-hmm. like the poltergeist who is stuck to a person rather than a place. Yep. That's cool.
So, Ghost, pretty fun, awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say it again this time in this episode, but Delicious in Dungeon was also really good.
Yes, another one where we seem to be quickly wrapping up. Yep. I'm nervous.
And, yeah, watching Delicious in Dungeon and then going to Demon Slayer. Biggest disappointment.
We're trying.
Hold on.
We're trying.
Here we go. Let's begin this. You people said, if we hold out for 12 episodes...
Which is a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of time, buddy. Uh-huh. That's 6 hours.
It's yes.
Maybe 5.
It felt like longer.
But if we hold out, it gets better.
And we've made it to episode 13 or 14.
If I hear Tanjiro
oh my god.
doubt himself in a voiceover again, and then we end the episode without him doing anything,
Oh my god.
I'm gonna snap a twig.
He just internally monologues. And it's always things we can see on screen.
Yeah.
Like I was like it's like he was fighting this drum demon.
Yes.
And we see we with our eyeballs as we're watching.
We can see him pounding on the
He
drums.
hits the drum, and then the room turns, and then he hits another drum, and then there's slash marks.
Yeah.
Like a ghost cut. And then we have to listen to Tanjiro internally monologue, slowly explaining everything we just saw. And I'm like, you don't need to tell us.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it's being faithful to the manga or whatever, but the visual medium of still images versus full animation,
Yeah.
you don't need that over-expository bullshit.
No, you really don't, because you're dragging. That is filler itself. It's a crime. Mm-hmm. And you're wasting my time.
Just like how grinding is bad,
Yeah.
filler is bad.
The highlight of some of that, I mean, he did acquire 2 new friends.
He did, but they're not amazing.
Not yet.
My sister has said that you meet their friend, everyone you meet and their worst moment, and there's a reason for that. So you can watch them like slowly, like you understand what is paining them, like what their problems are, or something like that.
Okay,
But
yeah,
it
I
just-
guess that makes sense.
But it kind of just makes me be like, I don't want to hang out with you. You're obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
The guy who's crying because he's gonna die. I can't remember his name. Orange kimono.
Butters from South Park. Is he not Butters?
I think Butters is a little more badass than that.
Hey, Tweak.
Yeah, Tweak.
He's
Nice.
closer to Tweak.
When he passed out and he woke up, and then he did his like lightning stance thing,
Yeah.
and killed the demon,
That was dope as hell.
and I was like, what? That is so awesome.
It was awesome because it was just visual fanfare.
Yeah.
There was no internal monologuing Tanjiro. He has 10 water styles, and he's like, how do I kill this demon?
Oh my god! Let me remember
that's
the
right.
9th style.
I have 10
Spinning
styles.
vortex of water.
I can choose, and I'm like, this is how I know. This is the only way you've killed any of the demons so far.
Water, the essence of life.
Also, a surprising amount of demons have been direction-based so far.
Yeah.
Like the one with the drums changed the direction of the rooms. We had the arrow one, which changed the direction of various objects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, there's gotta be more than that, right?
Whatever. His friend doing that cool sword move,
Yeah.
we saw something even cooler. And it is One Piece Film Red.
One Piece Red, yeah!
We skipped ahead, we sat down, we watched this 2-hour movie, and I'm gonna tell you right now, wow.
Delight. Amazing.
Pound for pound, One Piece still beats you, Demon Slayer.
Uh-huh.
But Demon Slayer is high grossing.
Yeah, that's the everyone loves
But
it.
One Piece Film Red is the highest grossing anime film of all time. And I don't fully agree with it, but it was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Like, everyone was there.
Yeah.
Everyone. Every single character. Ever. Kobe and Helmeppo were there. I love them.
I did not know that was them.
I
I had seen them so many times too.
I only knew because I saw a TikTok. Because people were talking about how the actor who plays Kobe in the live action one is a trans man. And so as he continues to take his testosterone, he's going to just naturally look more like time skip Kobe over the years. And everyone's like, it was a match made in heaven. A perfect casting choice. This couldn't have gone better.
Yeah, Kobe was a badass. Mm-hmm. Brooke with that one sword. I didn't know he had a sword.
I didn't know he fought. I thought he just sang. I thought he just had an accordion.
That was insane.
The only things I've ever seen of Brooke are his bad jokes, which is his like main mission on the ship is to say jokes.
Dude, his joke with Nami's panties,
Yeah.
that was pretty funny.
But also, I've only ever seen him tackle situations where it's like, oh, this room is filled with poisonous gas. I don't breathe. I don't have lungs, so it doesn't bother me.
Yep.
I didn't know he could fight, and I didn't know he was amazing.
Luffy was awesome, of course. Shanks was awesome. I wonder if any of you guys caught that cool little Easter egg at the very end.
Yeah.
Where Luffy is floating in the air with Shanks, and you see from behind them, and he's Gear 5.
It was awesome.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The Marines were scumbags.
Yep. As they always are. I hated that one guy. What's his name? Do you remember?
Nah, some light beam bitch.
Hated, immediately hateable.
Terrible. I'm not a big fan of the Marines.
You're not supposed to be.
I obviously like Kobe, Helmeppo, and Garp, sorry. But yeah, the other Marines, I'm just like, get them out of here.
Yeah.
You guys suck.
It was cool seeing, we saw a bunch of pirates I'd never seen before, which was really cool because I got to look up new pirates and to see their cool powers and stuff.
It's weird how much everyone likes Luffy.
Yeah, everyone respects Luffy.
Yeah, well, I guess in that movie, he's one of the 5 emperors.
Yeah.
How he becomes one of those, I don't know.
It's probably a lot of things.
Yeah. Demon Slayer, it's not working out too well for me. That I'm almost willing to jump ship and, again, no pun intended.
Just watch all of One Piece.
Yeah, and just power through that thing.
My biggest thing with Demon Slayer is it's not so much like that it's boring, because Tanjiro waffling about for the first half of an episode, finally remembering he can use his sword, and then getting to a cliffhanger so we can go back to the beginning where he waffles about for half the episode. I've watched Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I've sat through the filler arcs. I've done it.
Huh.
That wouldn't be a bother if I liked Tanjiro as a character. But I don't. He's very boring.
Yep.
He's very basic. Nezuko doesn't get to have a personality other than be cute. She's either cute or killing things. Those are her 2 personalities.
Which are often the same thing.
And yes. And so it's just a shame that it wouldn't be bad if it was just waffling about filler. I just don't like these characters. They're boring to me.
One Piece Red, fun movie. Uta.
Yeah.
Really psychotic.
Interesting villain. I was so like, what's up with your fruit? What fruit power did you get?
Yep.
Because I was like, I know it's going to be something weird.
Sing Sing.
I thought she had the ability to create things. I thought she could create things into reality. I thought if she sang something, it would become the truth, basically.
Nope, it was hypnotism.
It was hypnotism. I was wrong. It was very cool.
Really sad that she dies right there.
Yeah, it's super sad.
Nothing's really said about it.
And they don't say anything. Yeah, no one really, because she just, like, Shanks takes her with him. And then by the time Luffy wakes up, he sees that she's gone.
Yep.
They're holding her funeral on his ship, on the Red pirate ship.
I don't know what the ship's called.
I'm pretty sure it's the Red Pirates now, because he's red-haired Shanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, and their ship, Thousand Sunny.
Yes.
Became alive.
Which I was like, they wanted to make merch. There was several characters who became small and cute, and the Thousand Sunny is one of them, and it's like they're gonna sell 1 million plushies.
They had to fight that god? Mm-hmm. The god of darkness?
Yeah.
And yeah, Luffy went ham on that thing.
He did. It was also really cool seeing, God, what's his name?
Usopp?
No.
Usopp?
Junbei?
Oh, Jinbei, yeah.
Yeah! I've never seen much of his, attacks before.
Yeah, he's a fishman.
Yeah, it was cool.
I wonder what he would do against Arlong.
Oh, he'd bitch slap Arlong into pieces.
But he ragdoll him so fast.
Wouldn't even be
and also being an honorary Straw Hat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was cool. It was cool seeing some of the Straw Hats. Like, I knew Frankie was cool. I knew he could do things, but it was cool seeing him in action. Mm-hmm. Also, everyone got awesome outfits at the end. Where Uta was like, pirates need to look like villains. And then she gave everyone, edgy outfits.
Yep.
Edgy pirate outfits. And they all looked so good. It was great design.
I like that she did that and then Luffy was upset. Because that wasn't what he wanted.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the worst of the worst. The cream of the crop. Rebel Moon, Part 2.
Yep.
Scargiver.
Uh-huh.
I know this review is late. And I know that you did your Tuesday stream about it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
The only real thing that I can actually say about this movie is why the fuck did Netflix agree to fund you a sequel that is the same as the first movie?
It really gets nothing done.
It's the same movie twice.
Mm-hmm.
It ends the same way. It begins the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Oh my god.
It's so boring. And the first one was bad. It was fun bad.
No, but it made me go, the first one's the best one.
And I know that we were just stuck on this stupid farm the entire time.
And then the grain moment where they're like harvesting and it's magical.
For like too long.
Yeah, for like way too long. And it's, oh my god. People die for no reason. Certain characters don't show up until way later.
Oh my god. Okay, the best part was definitely their backstories.
Yes.
Because any one of their backstories would have made an infinitely better story.
But what's the point of telling backstory if you had a prequel?
I know! Oh my god!
So we're just wasting an hour of time here telling five consecutive fucking backstories.
Yes. And I was like, are they really going to do everyone's backstories?
And they did.
Back to back in a row.
They did.
And they did, except for Jimmy. The one that I was like, how did you become like Deer King? What's with the antlers? What are you doing?
Nope. No information about that. Mm-mm. Oh. You had a great analogy for what it was.
Yeah, it was, movie is just A Bug's Life, but if he actually went out and found brave warriors.
It's actually sadly accurate. It's just Bug's Life again.
It's so, like, it's such a small scale problem. Mm-hmm. And it's like all this hubbub over one farming town.
Yeah.
The amount of grain they're making cannot be like
enough to sustain that.
Like 1/64th of the army's populace. Like, there's no way they're making enough grain for it to really mean anything in the long run.
It was so stupid.
It was. It was silly and dumb and boring. That was the worst part. Boring.
And I love that there is no conclusion.
No. There's, oh, by the way, the princess is alive. Oh.
Really?
Cool.
You should have told me, like, 4 hours ago.
I like the fact that Jimmy knew there was going to be a fight, but he didn't show up until the very end. And he demolished everybody. But it's like, you could have been here the whole time.
Yeah.
You could have jumped in at any point in time and saved all these people their lives.
Also, I want to point this out. Just because there's cool action sequences, I don't think they're cool. But some people did. And that doesn't make a movie.
No.
The story is not there. There is no fucking story.
No. That's like saying Ruby's good. Oh, was the Docks fight really good? Torchwick versus Sun and Penny? Yeah, it was. Is the show good? No.
No. Netflix, please, for the love of God, just hear me out. Do not renew any sequels to Rebel Moon.
It's crazy because a part of me is like so addicted to this world. Like, I can see the hints.
Did you know it's #1 on Netflix?
No way. Well, what else is coming out on Netflix now?
Well, we just got the Dead Boys. The Dead Boy Detectives.
Yes.
We got Knuckles.
Yep. Velma comes out today, too.
Yep, Velma.
Apparently, everyone's hating it. Apparently, it's a lot of the same.
Next week, we're going to have watched at least some of these, and we will have things to talk about.
But there's like a hint in Rebel Moon of like, I can see where this could be kind of cool. A cityscape, 60s noir cityscape with
You're
griffins.
not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was pretty awesome. Tarek's backstory.
Yeah.
Where they use giant flying griffins to take out metal machines from the skies. Like, that is pretty awesome.
And everyone's wearing like flappers, suits and dresses and whatever for some reason.
And then his mom just kills herself again.
For no real reason?
No. She just dipped out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay.
So I can see glimpses of things here and there.
I also love that he's a full-grown adult, but he's supposed to be a boy. But that...
Yeah.
I would have just casted a kid in that spot.
Whatever.
Yeah. Rebel Moon, Part 2, Scargiver, sucks.
Yes. I can't wait for the extended editions to come out.
Oh, fuck.
6 hours. Too longer than his Justice League one. Will it be better? We'll see. Because we think the extended edition of not only Justice League is better, his version, but also the extended edition of Batman v Superman is better than the theatrical cut.
There's no argument there.
Yes.
Well, actually, there is an argument. And I hear you out now. I can fully hear all of you out. If it's so much better, why didn't you begin there in the first place?
Good question.
And you know what? Now I'm finally like, you know what? I will not only entertain this thought, because I was like, you guys are just being haters. Now I'm like, no, I'm starting to agree with you. What is going on here?
There's no room in the industry anymore for director's cuts. People don't have the patience to watch a crappy movie to see if it gets better with a director's cut.
Yeah.
Especially after things like the Suicide Squad. The original one. The first one.
Yeah. With
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
There's a director's cut. And it just adds 30 minutes of nothing.
Oh, no. So it's an extended cut, and that doesn't add 30 minutes. It's like 2 minutes.
Is it really? Yeah. We've gotten plenty
But there's supposed to be another cut, which is called the David Ayer cut.
Yeah.
Who's the director, and that has not been released, and they said they'll never release it.
Yeah, we don't have the...
Which is fine. The DCEU is dead, and it's clear why it's dead, because Zack fucking sucks.
Yes. There's no patience for things like this.
Dude, I stood by you for Batman v Superman for years, and then you gave me this dog shit. And I'm actually really heartbroken. And he has this new animated feature thing coming out, or TV show.
I didn't watch the trailer.
It's supposed to be like Norse Viking shit, and I'm just like, dude, you suck at telling stories.
After seeing this catastrophe of Star Wars, but not, I have no interest in anything else he has going on.
I just stop touching things I like.
Yes.
Just stop touching things.
Yes, go away, Zach. Just think of what you've done for a while.
Don't. Just stop the industry. Make a new career. Be a sandwich guy. I don't know.
It's not for everyone. Not everyone.
It's really not.
Not everyone can make movies. That's fine.
Honestly, Zach, you're not Francis Ford Coppola. Just accept that fact.
There's plenty of things I can't do, but I don't try to make that my career.
Yeah.
Take a hint, bro.
Damn. Okay. So that was coffee break.
Yeah.
I did have a fun little thing here from Spotify. So one of you made a comment, and it somehow reached me today, even though you did it a week ago.
Is it Leia? We were trying to figure out how to pronounce it. We're sorry if we say it wrong.
2EAS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I imagine is leet for something, but I don't know what it is.
Like I said, I've been struggling with my sickness. And I was having a crummy day, and then I saw this, and it kind of made me feel better. And I wanted to thank you personally for reaching out and doing that. I want to keep doing polls. I want to do them on YouTube and Anchor. Anchor, they'll always be there. I don't really have control over the others. I'm slowly trying to gain control over them, like Apple Podcasts. But YouTube has really stopped me because they've changed the rules in the middle of this.
Yeah.
Because I used to do this. I'll probably just switch to Twitter.
Yeah.
And I know not everyone uses Twitter, and I'm not going to ask you to use Twitter for obvious reasons. But I really wanted to thank you, and that you love weekly more than binge.
Aww.
And, some things work way better as weekly than binge.
It does.
And if Demon Slayer was weekly, I would have left a long time ago.
True.
Okay. Have a good night, good week. One Piece comes back Saturday. Thank you for listening. You have anything to add?
There'll be a new video of mine on Patreon tomorrow.
Nice.
Keep your eyes peeled for an important announcement by the end of the month.
Okay.
Magical Girl May starts next month.
Yay!
Yeah.
Here we go. Bye.
Bye.